Pretty powerful comments. You saved my life. You stopped me from committing suicide. Now you're probably wondering what motivated people to say these comments. What caused them to write these? Was it some intervention, maybe some group therapy? Well, let me show you.
You're too fat, you're too tall, too short, don't fit in it all. You're not cool enough for me. You're too punky, you're too nerd, too gay, insert any word. Just stay away from me. Blowing them off doesn't work, 'cause what they say really hurts. But they're just too blind to see that the words cut like knives that probably shorten your life, picking at you piece by piece. 'Cause the harder you try, the harder you fall. Someone never gonna like you at all. Don't let them in, don't let them in. Don't try to be something you're not. Harder you try, the harder you fall. It's not gonna help you out at all. Don't let them in, don't let them in. Don't let them break your heart. Wanna scream, wanna shout. Who's it being different means they kick you out. Keep your identity. Don't stay up late at night picking out your flaws. You'll never win the fight. You're your own worst enemy. Blowing them off doesn't work, 'cause what they say really hurts. But they're just too blind to see that the words cut like knives that probably shorten your life, picking at you piece by piece. 'Cause the harder you try, the harder you fall. Someone never gonna like you at all. Don't let them in, don't let them in. Don't try to be something you're not. Harder you try, the harder you fall. It's not gonna help you out at all. Don't let them in, don't let them in. Don't let them break your heart. Although you're crying on the inside, don't let them realize they got to you. I know you're dying on the inside. Here's my shoulder, I'll let you cry. I've got you. Because the harder you try, the harder you fall. Someone never gonna like you at all. Don't let them in, don't let them in. Don't try to be something you're not. Harder you try, the harder you fall. It's not gonna help you out at all. Don't let them in, don't let them in. Don't let them break your heart. And don't let them in, don't let them in, don't let them in. Don't try to be something you're not. Oh, don't let them in, don't let them in. Don't let them break your heart.
It's the power of music, the power of a simple song. I took a songwriting course here at EBHS and learned that I had the talent for writing music. And I've always been inspired by songwriters who leave a positive impact on their listeners. And naturally, I set out to do the same. Now, bullying is a topic talked about a lot in schools. And in all the anti-bullying programs that I've seen, they focus on getting the bystanders to stand up or getting the bullies to stop. But none spoke directly to the victims to empower them to be strong against bullies' hurtful words. And that's where my song comes in. Don't Let Them In tells victims directly that they should stay true to who they are, surround themselves with people that are going to accept them for who they are, and to not let bullies' hurtful words have an impact on them. Don't give bullies the reaction that they're looking for. Initially, I played this song for friends and family, and they're really the ones that encouraged me to put the song online via YouTube and TeacherTube, and I received messages from all over the world, like the ones on the slides. One that I got recently was from a girl in the Philippines who told me that she had been relentlessly bullied since the age of 10. She would work out all the time because her thighs were too big. She would straighten her hair every day because her hair was too frizzy. But no matter what she did to please the bullies, they just kept bullying. She told me that she had tried to commit suicide and that she was going to try again until she found my song. And I realized then two things. One, the incredible positive of the internet, that I was able to reach out to someone on the other side of the world who I would have never come into contact with. But also the power of music. My message sent to a melody convinced that girl that life is worth living. I was able to communicate to her that sometimes people are just going to be mean no matter what you do. So don't spend your life trying to please them. It was really humbling to learn that I can make a difference in so many people's lives. And I don't think that would have been possible had music not been involved. If I put the same message in a blog or in an essay, I don't think it would have had nearly the same effect as it did, especially on that girl. Music moves you, literally and emotionally. It comforts you, it can empower you, it speaks directly to your soul. The power of music is why, when you go through a tough breakup, you listen to a Taylor Swift song. Or to get yourself through a rough workout, you make a pump-up playlist. It's why Lady Gaga told Carole King that Carole King's song, You've Got a Friend, meant so much to her growing up, because she was bullied a lot. And whenever she felt like she had no friends, she would lock herself in her room and listen to that song. And in that moment, Carole was her friend. Music gives people the opportunity to hear a message that they need and that they want to hear over and over again in a format that they love, just a catchy melody. I also discovered that I didn't need to write songs in order to make a difference with them. An example is I learned of a boy, a local boy with cancer, who was having trouble raising funds for his medical expenses. Someone shared his GoFundMe campaign on Facebook. I shared it with my friends and I donated. I'd periodically check to see if his funds were increasing, but sadly they went nowhere. So I reached out to the family and I asked them if I could play a benefit where any money that I received would go directly to him. I created a Facebook event and invited all my friends out to a night of music, and the turnout was amazing. In less than 3 hours, we raised over $1,250. A night of music is what motivated people to come out and support a cause that they really did care about. But maybe they just overlooked it in the form of a Facebook posting. Another example where I've seen music make a difference is at buddy coffee houses. These are informal gatherings run by the Youth Council where special needs kids are paired up with buddy volunteers for a night of performances, usually music, coffee house style. And at the first one I was at, there was an obvious gap between the special needs kids and the volunteers. Special needs kids would just kind of stay to themselves, not really talk to anyone except for the people that they were accustomed to. And the volunteers would socialize among themselves because they were friends in school or they were on the same sports teams. So once the performances started, it was kind of awkward and kind of silent. But someone started playing a song that everyone knew, and you saw someone's foot start tapping. Someone maybe started clapping along, and maybe a few stragglers singing along. But before you knew it, by the end of the song, everyone was singing along. I realized then that the social gap between us just kind of melted away because we weren't special needs kids and we weren't volunteers. We were simply music lovers. At that coffee break that happened right after that song, everyone was talking about music, and that sparked friendships and conversations. Music is what unified us. Now, in each of these experiences, I don't think the outcome would have been even close had music not been involved. Music is a powerful medium that transcends the differences of people and connects everyone to the same message. As a songwriter, I realize this incredible power, and I strive to write music that is meaningful and positive and relatable. And now the theme, as we've all heard, is the pursuit of happiness. And my speech is entitled Making a Difference. Yet all I've done for the last about 8 minutes is talk about music. And that's because music is what makes me happy. Music is my talent, and music is what I've used to make a difference. But what I really want you to take away from my talk is that anyone can make a difference. There's a series of children's books out there by Brad Meltzer. He's a New York Times best-selling author. And he tells the stories of famous people like Rosa Parks, Albert Einstein, Abraham Lincoln, and how they were all just once ordinary people, but they found their talents and ended up doing extraordinary things for the world. He calls them ordinary heroes. And I believe that we can all be ordinary heroes. We just need to find our talents. So maybe you're out there and you're saying, well, I don't have a talent. Well, you can talk, can't you? Maybe go to a senior citizen home and talk to an elderly person for an hour. The impact that you can have on that one person's life is amazing. You don't need to make a huge impact. You just need to make a difference in one person's life. And it'll make you feel good about yourself, and you'll know that you're doing something good. So I challenge you to make a difference. Find your talent. Find what makes you happy. Put it to good use. Because ordinary people can do extraordinary things. Thank you.